Hello, and welcome to Podcast Talk, to one of our little mini tutorials to get you started and moving with the product really quickly. So, we've been covering a couple of elements over these little mini 5-minute sections, and now we're going to go on to the big one, which is building campaign. And what this means is we're just going to save you loads of time. Literally, you can go and do whatever you like with that spare time, go and enjoy yourself, go to car shows, do whatever it may be, but we're going to save you hours of time. And we save you hours from the research side, but actually just with the campaign side just means it'll make life so much simpler. So we talked again just about how to do search and download the details. Essentially, when you've downloaded that information, if you like to use it, you can do, but you don't have to. But also, when you get kickstarted again and you come back and go, actually, with the SAMR, I've got the details now. I'd like to create a campaign from that. And again, let's put this into context. More than likely, you probably have selected 20, 30, 40, 50 shows to get an outreach. You'll have been more prescriptive, but we're just going to talk about one and how we get started with campaigns. Let's get started. So, as you can see, let's have a quick recap. We searched, we found, and the SAMR podcast was there, and we downloaded those details. I've now clicked the plus sign on that to go ahead and create a campaign. And you can see this highlighted up here. So I could download it again because I've already used up that credit. I've paid for that access to that information. So I can download it as many times as I like. But what we're going to do this time is go and create a campaign. And that will go and spin away and it will create a campaign. And a campaign in our world and your world, and what that means is basically we automate sending emails for you. So you don't have to wake up every day and check if you've had replies, and check if you have had replies. That's a key thing. But you don't have to check a reply and go, I've not had anything back yet. I'll send another email. We take care of that. We've got a little robot for you in a sense. So call this a little test campaign because we're boring. Just give it that name. And we could put a description here. So it could mean something in terms of quarterly campaign. We'll do that. So I can't type properly. So we'll do quarterly campaign, which is great. And we move on to the next step. Here, this is where we give you a hand. We have pre-built templates in here, which boringly enough have numbers against them and are being updated with what they mean. There's 25 templates in there. Professional, business, funny, witty, different genres, different styles, different tone of voice that we've written, we've tested, and we know that work. And what we call this, and we use the term drip campaign, you may know what that is or you may not. Again, really simply is we'll look at this and we'll put a template, say that, and it'll spin away. So this would be the first email that would be sent out. And again, we don't have to, you don't have to use these. You could literally write your own emails and put them in here. You don't have to, it's fine. But we've written these already. And we've got this little concept of what we call short codes. You can see there, and you can select them here as well. So you don't have to worry when that email goes out. If you write it yourself, hi, and what that was first name, we insert there the name of the podcast host. So where that is, that when that email goes out, it goes out through your email address. It goes out to hi, whatever the podcast host details is. Same again, if you're writing some content about what the possible guests of and the podcast show title here, you can see there, we've already inserted that. So you don't have to worry about any of that sort of stuff, which normally if you were doing your own emails and you were like, right, I want to reach out to 50 podcasts, you would have to write every single email to hi, podcast one, podcast two, podcast, whatever their name is. And then, yeah, you can imagine it's going to take some time. So we automate a lot of this and help support you from the side. So email one, boom, that's great. But if you don't get a reply, you need to do some follow-up. So 3 days later, we send a follow-up out to you. And you don't have to, if you leave these blank, they won't go. They'll actually just send one email and that's it. Nothing will go because it's blank. But again, best practice, let's try and see if we can get on the shows that we'd like to get on. And again, let's go to follow-up too. Send 7 days later, drop some content in here. And again, apologies, totally random, I know, but it's just demonstrating the sort of concept of this side of things. And then finally, on day 14, we'll send out the last piece of content. And that's it. It's 4 emails. Like I say, quick recap is build the email templates, already existing in there. Got some weird names, but they will change and they'll make more sense. You can use those or you can write your own email. We've got short codes in here, which again, you can enter into your outreach and it'll accelerate, it'll save you lots of time because you don't have to worry about that. It'll be more personalized and customized. We'll talk about in another session, but it'll be more personalized. And these can be empty and only send one email, or they can be full. You can send the full drip campaign 4 emails and do the follow-ups on that side of things. Finally, for this little brief session is you can check the spam score. So see how well your writing is, see if it comes across as spammy. You can also preview, so you can send across an email to yourself or actually look at the email as it is around that side. And then when you're done, click next. So we'll stop there on this session because we're keeping them brief and we'll be back shortly with another one.